Hi there. I realize that it has been a very long time since I have updated. I'm in my car again. That seems to be my usual recording spot. I'm actually pulling in at my house, and I have been wanting to do a video update for quite a while. I know that sometimes this is easier for people to kind of find out all the details than typing everything out. But I know that we've had some people kind of curious what's been going on. So, and honestly, I haven't quite been in a place where I felt like I could do a video, either just because dealing with things emotionally, physically, whatever, or just life. So as any of you know that have been following our journey, in January we had our transfer, and it was a very difficult pregnancy. I was bedridden. Within a few days after finding out I was pregnant, or confirming that I was pregnant, I started getting really sick just around the clock, and then it just continued to escalate, and I was constantly in pain and constantly sick, and so I was just bedridden for the first few weeks. And then we started going in for our scans, and initially everything was measuring okay, and I think it was my third scan, I want to say. It was right at 7 weeks that I found out that we found out that the baby had stopped developing. There was no heartbeat, so we waited, did another scan a week later, and it confirmed that that the baby didn't make it. And so we waited to see if my body would do what it needed to naturally and pass everything naturally, and unfortunately it didn't. We waited and waited and waited, tried some natural remedies to see if that would kind of help things move along, and nothing worked. And so I was, my body was still thinking that I was pregnant, so my hormone levels were still crazy, and I was still sick around the clock, still bedridden, still in a lot of pain, and had a DNC done. I really didn't want to do that for a lot of reasons, but I was so sick, even being on medication. I was on Zofran, and I just was in so much pain and not able to be there for my girls, that I just had to make the best decision that I could. We were hoping that that would take care of all the issues. It did take care of most of the problems. I was able to get off Zofran and was no longer nauseous and throwing up and in pain around the clock. But since the DNC, and so still continuing to bleed actually for the past over a month. And so I went to my doctor and had a scan done, and she said she could still see, she's not sure if it was clots or tissue from the pregnancy or what, but she said that she didn't want to leave it too long because she didn't want to chance infection. So the routes were the same as they were before. It's either go the medication, which has a lot of side effects, and I have other issues with the medication as well, or the DNC. And so we're trying to kind of wait it out and see if my body will do what it needs to naturally. I'm supposed to have another ultrasound this Wednesday to kind of follow up and see what's going on, and if anything has changed. But it's been a difficult road, if I'm being honest, and I have been on this journey, and that's why I'm doing this video, because we didn't see ourselves here again. We didn't see ourselves losing another baby, and going through this heartache again. But in all things, at all times, I know God is good. And even this heartache and pain, He has a purpose for. And I know that I may not see the bigger picture, but He does, and He's sovereign, and I know that I can trust Him. So we have just been, I've told several people my theme, my phrase, my whatever has been to lean in, and I'm just leaning in. I'm trying to be like John. I've read it over and over, those passages where John he's talking about himself, and he's talking about sitting there at the Last Supper, and he's next to Jesus, which to me shows a special kind of intimacy, that he's sitting with Jesus, next to Jesus, and he's asking Jesus, who's going to betray him. So he leans in, he leans back against Jesus to ask him. And so that's the picture I've had in my mind, that I want to be so close to Jesus that when I have those questions, when I need him, when things don't make sense to me. John was in a place where things didn't make sense. He had questions, that I can lean in, and I can lean on Jesus, that I can lean in and be close and feel him near me and hear his whisper. So that's been where I've been. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. I have my moments. I have some days that are very hard, and I have some days that are just full of peace, and most days are good. It's just moments. It's that's how grief works, right? And so we don't know what God's plan is for our family moving forward. We are praying about that. Because I am still having difficulty and issues. We just don't know what to anticipate, and we're believing for good things, believing for good reports, but we're also taking into consideration, all the issues that I've had, and so we're just praying about what the next steps are and when the next steps are and all those things. So if you'll just continue praying with us, praying for my husband and my girls. I hated doing this video without him, but I know that he would probably have a hard time with this video, and being in it and being this vulnerable, and so I figured it would probably be good for me to do an update by myself. So thank you for everybody that has been following along and praying for us and with us and walking alongside us. It means a lot, and we hope that we can come back and share a new journey that God has us on in the future. We hope that there will be more stories to share.